Tonguing fast. Everyone wants to learn how to tongue faster. That seems to be the primary goal for most people when they learn articulation. Again, if you haven't seen the previous videos on the mechanics and lengths, please go do those first. Don't just start here. Okay, there are a couple things you gotta get out of the way. First is, there is a genetic limit for everybody in terms of how fast they're going to be able to articulate. Some people it's very, very low. Some people it's very, very high. The average is sort of like 16th notes at about 130, 140. That's generally good enough to be sort of at a professional level, but that's, some people can only get to 112, some people can get to 160. It's just, there's a finite limit that no matter how much you practice articulation, it's going to sort of stop there. The second thing about fast articulation is that you have to understand on one side you have speed, and on the other side you have length, okay? It's not possible to tongue staccato 16th notes at 132 on clarinet, okay? The reason why is because staccato is more about getting a firm separation from the reed, right? Like square notes. At 132 or faster, all you're really trying to do is touch the reed and get off, right? The best stroke for this is that medium staccato that I talked about in the lengths video, but really longer when you go faster is the only way for this to work. If your normal articulation syllable is like maybe ta 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 or t t t t t t t, as you go longer, it's going to be sort of like a da 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 da, or even like an n, like na 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 na. It's the lightest possible thing that you can do, and just touch the reed and get it off of it. So I just want to be clear, you can't go that will sound bad, and it'll slow you down for a lot of it. There are two exercises I can give you for improving speed in articulation. The first is this kind of like ricochet exercise. The idea is you want to be able to play. I'm going to give you two exercises to improve articulation. The first is just trying to get your foot in the door to try to improve your articulation speed as much as possible. It's almost like a ricochet articulation. The exercise is you play one note, you play two notes, play three notes, play four notes, and the idea is to try to get the notes all as close as possible, meaning the fastest possible. So here it is. Does that make sense? So like you're just trying to get sort of like a light, clean articulation where there's not a lot of pressure involved. The second exercise I'm going to give you for articulation is an old Bonad exercise. You basically take a scale pattern and you apply articulation to it. These were called Clark studies when I was in school. Here's the pattern you're going to play. Does that make sense? So like you take a scale, you start on one note, you go up a third, go back down the scale, then you start on the next note of the scale, go up a third and go back down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tongue each note 3 times, and it's going to be the fastest 3 notes that I can possibly articulate. Okay, this is really a good exercise to sort of work the muscle part of your tongue. Here's how it goes. Now, if you pay attention, I took a breath, right? If you see closely, I'm blowing the entire time. This is not da 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 da. You always have constant pressure with your tongue on the reed. That's crucial to this exercise. If you don't do it like that, it really doesn't have that much use to it. Now, this is great. Obviously, you can do higher range. You can go more octaves, and you can do it in different keys. But it's really what I like to do is put a metronome on, right? And like if I do it at 100, which is where it just about was, and now I can move it to say like 106 and do a different key, like. And so on and so forth, and just keep increasing the speed. So what you're doing is you're still tonguing as fast as you can, but the silences, the spaces in between get much shorter, right? So if you can work this up to say 130, 140, it's a great exercise to get your tongue into shape in a relatively short amount of time. These exercises should help you improve your articulation if you do them on a regular basis. Again, it's a muscle, so if you don't work it enough, you can't really make any improvement. If any of you get frustrated with doing this, because I imagine some of you will, just remember that there is a limit to your articulation. If you're doing all of this stuff properly and it's not getting any faster, that's just where you are. You're not really going to be able to do anything beyond that. For example, I have sort of above average articulation speed. I can sort of articulate in the 130s, 16th notes, okay. For anything beyond that, I have double tonguing to deal with those. And that's going to be the topic of the next video.